I'm gonna go to jail.
Why? I can explain everything to you.
Nicole received a call from her mother, who was staying at the home Nicole owned along with Nicole's children and ex-husband. The mother said she felt uneasy about the ex's new girlfriend being in the house, especially walking around in a nightgown. That was enough to set Nicole off. She rushed over to the residence, where the situation quickly escalated.
All you have to do is call.
Okay, we're not going to sit here and argue.
Yeah, you know, he has my kids here.
Okay.
And my mom. He has this lady come. They're all uncomfortable with her being here, and he's refusing to tell her to leave. And
I mean, if it's his house, he can have whoever here that he wants.
well, he's living here, but it's under my mom and my name. It's our house, so we still pay the the utilities and stuff like that. And so I just wanted her out.
Where do you live at?
Well, I have an apartment that's closer to work, but this is under my name.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, Sheriff's Office.
All right. I gotta go. Okay? Yes.
What's going on?
Nicole attempted to minimize the situation, presenting herself as a worried daughter and mother. But as things unfolded, a different version of events started to surface.
Because he can't afford to live anywhere else. She called me saying she was uncomfortable with me being here. I tried to reach out to him. He wouldn't answer my calls. I went through my children to tell him because they too were uncomfortable, and he's not listening to nobody. Okay, so then I tried to call the Flagler County, to try to get someone to come out, and they said, well, it's like a civil thing, we can't really do anything. So I said, okay, so then she called me, she's like, Nicole, you need to come to the house. I can't. She had a stroke like 2 years ago, and then, so I'm like at work, and I'm like freaking out, so yeah, I came, and I get out of the car, I'm like, why aren't you answering my calls, like my mom's uncomfortable, this is her home, and my kids, and you're just bringing this random woman here, and so yeah, I was upset, and so I told him, I was like, why didn't you just answer the call, and stuff, and I mean, did I do wrong driving up here and getting upset? Yeah, but this is my mom,
What happened when you pulled up and got upset?
Well, I got out of the car and he started yelling at me, and then
Who did you attack? Just him?
She was sitting there, and then, I started saying something to him, and then her, and then he got in the middle, and then I fell to the wall. He pushed me into the wall, so, No, baby, he pushed, because he got in between me and the girl, so then he pushed me into the wall.
So you just got physical with the male, or did you get physical with the female as well?
No.
Did you try to remove the female?
No.
Okay, that's what you told me on the phone you were going to do, right?
Yeah, but I didn't.
And I told you not to come and do this, right?
Yeah, but I did.
Yeah.
I was just going to have...
Statement of what happened?
I barely wasn't out.
Okay, that's fine. It's voluntary anyway. Would you like to fill out a statement on what happened? What about you, ma'am? Tell your side of the story. I know you've explained it to us, but you're just writing it down on your statement.
Sure, I guess.
All right. So this top half here is your basic information. Start on that line right there of what happened. Be as detailed as possible. Do not sign it. Do not sign it until after one of us reads it. We have to swear affirmative.
You guys are staying here? I'll let them do their statements real quick. Mute for discussion.
So, question, since this is our house, how do we get him out? Like, what do we have to do?
So, what happened exactly? Because I'm fresh here. So this is your house. Why are they here?
So that's my ex-husband. So he stays here with my two children because he can't afford anywhere else.
Okay.
The house is under me and my mom's name. So we pay bills here too.
Okay.
And so we're not together, right? So he brought a female to the home.
Okay.
And made my mom uncomfortable.
He just started.
Yeah. And so she's uncomfortable. She's in her 80s and stuff like that. And we were, I've been trying to call him. He's ignoring me. He won't let me come to the house when he's here. And I'm trying to go through her phone, his phone. He's ignoring us. And then, so she tells me, please come to the house.
Right. Okay.
So I'm like, and I called you guys and you wouldn't come out because you said like it was a domestic, civil, whatever. Like you couldn't remove anyone from the property, even though, my mom, it's under her.
So my question is, how long has he been staying at this residence? If approximation, a few years.
Well, no, we got divorced last year, so like a year and a half, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I've had this house for like 4 or 5 years,
So just that him being here for over a year alone, not on top of potential other things like his driver's license saying that he stays male, and if he contributes to any bills, this is his residence according to Florida State statute.
That's what you guys told me.
So the biggest thing to do if you want to remove him from the house is to go to the courts and get him properly evicted. That's going to be the only way. Unfortunately, again, with this being his residence, I couldn't trespass him or I forcefully remove him from the home. It's not a process that can happen overnight, so the sooner you get there, the better.
Okay.
But you just have to go to the court office off State Road 100 by Benell, if you know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how you'd go about it. Unfortunately, I can't force him out.
Okay. Yeah, because you know she's uncomfortable, and I just think that's not right. You know.
I gotcha.
I know, Mom, but it's under our names. You know.
If you have any other questions, I'll kind of just be over here, whether it's in general or regarding the paperwork. I'm sure the other deputy explained it well, but
So do you live here, or do you just have your name on the lease?
I mean, my stuff is still in the house, and I pay the bills here. But like I have an apartment that's a little bit closer to my work too.
So would you say you stay here more, or you stay? Is this the
Oh,
apartment?
that's an old
That's an old
address. And then how can I get him out of this house?
I'll explain that in a second. What was she doing that was making everybody uncomfortable?
So
The other way.
well, first my children were trying to talk to their father, and she was like giving them nasty looks and stuff like that. And then she was like getting their father's attention, so he was ignoring his children. Then my mother, like, she's here late in the night yesterday. My mom doesn't have like good vision, so the lady's just doing whatever she wants. And my mom's like a little frail woman, and you know, my mom felt uncomfortable because you know, usually if he brings like friends and stuff, he'll say, hey, I'm bringing so and so over. But you know, she don't know this woman, and she's like roaming the house in the night and stuff. So my mom's like scared, you know. She's like, what could happen, you know?
The victim stated that Nicole arrived at a high rate of speed and immediately began assaulting her ex-husband. When she noticed his girlfriend recording the incident, she allegedly turned her attention to her as well and struck her.
So I was at work, and I'm like, but then she calls me, and then my son's calling me, and I'm like, I have to come here, you know, like, and see what's going on, you know. And I mean, I'm a bad driver to begin with, so I do speed a little bit. So I did pull in a little erratic and stuff, but I'm very bad with cars. And then, you know, I get out, and the first thing, you know, I start yelling at him, like, why didn't you answer my calls, you know? Like, he's been ignoring me for, like, a month. I can't come see my children when he's here. You know, he tells me to stay away, and I have to sneak visits with my children, and I'm allowed to see my children. And, you know, then he's just, I start yelling at him, and then he starts yelling at me, and then, you know, I think he thought I was going to hit her because I started yelling at her. And then he pushed me into the wall, and you know, and that was it. And then the other guy came, and we just stopped. You know.
All right. So let's raise your right hand for me. Do you swear everything about your statement is true?
Yeah.
Just sign and date there for me.
And I got hurt too. Where am I signing?
It's right here. Sign and date. 1/4/26. Right. Was this your pen or one of their pens? One of theirs. Drew. Good. Tell Drew to come here.
After speaking with everyone involved, officers determined that Nicole was the primary aggressor. She allegedly struck her ex-husband's girlfriend, prompting him to step in and separate them, while a witness also intervened to help. As a result, Nicole's claim of being the victim was not supported.
If I'm going in, can you just not handcuff me from my kids? I'll just walk.
Where are your kids? They're in the house?
Yeah, they're probably back in the window.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
That's fine. All right. What's in your pockets? They're all in the hood.
That's it.
All right, so I'm going to ask you one time. Do you have anything on you or in you that we should be aware about? Any weapons, needles, nothing like that?
No.
Because everyone gets the same speech. From this point forward, if you don't tell me now and bring it to the jail, it's a felony charge. So nothing on you.
No.
Because they're going to search you more thoroughly at the jail.
Yeah.
You are going to jail, by the
Yeah.
way, okay?
I mean, I do have my monthly, so I
You got your what?
ads, my
Oh, okay.
I don't know. You got that stuff?
Do I got that stuff?
or
They'll take care of
Okay.
you in there.
okay.
All right.
And then I just leave my car here, or like,
I'm not towing it, so it's going to stay here. If you want the keys to stay here, aren't your kids old enough to drive?
No.
No? Does your mother drive? No.
I mean, I could get someone to get it, but Can I write a few phone numbers down if I have to?
We'll get phone numbers out of the phone at the jail. Okay. Because you're cooperative, I'm gonna hold your arm when we get till we walk to the car and the cuffs are going on. But I'm not gonna, for kids' sake, who's right there, probably just heard everything
All right.
anyway.
Mom, I love you. Okay.
We'll explain more to her in a second. All right.
No, go in the house. Yeah, baby. I love you. What happened?
We'll go this way.
They're gonna take me in, okay?
Take me there.
I'm gonna go to jail.
I can explain everything
Okay.
to you.
I'll be back, Mom.
Gibbs, oh, so is your ex. So we'll explain more stuff to you guys in a second. We're gonna go to the passenger side of this car in the back. All right, just do me a favor. Lean up against the car here. Put your hands here. One up there. Step off from the car a little bit, and then spread your feet. I'm gonna pat you down the back of my hand. Okay, I'm not.
Yeah, that's
All right. So nothing in your pockets, right? Hands behind your back. Put them together like you're praying, like your palms together. It's gonna be most comfortable. Okay. That key fob might not work. Grab the door and it'll not work.
So what happens now?
So from here, you go to the jail, you get booked in.
Okay.
I don't know if there's going to be a bond or not, but you'll see a judge in the morning. They'll decide if there's going to be a bond for first appear. Judge will explain a bunch of stuff to you as far as injunctions. There's going to be temporary injunctions.
What is that?
Huh?
What's that?
Like restraining order.
Oh, okay.
So essentially what injunction is a restraining order. I mean, you can't have any contact. It's going to be between him and the other female.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be allowed back at the house until all the court stuff is done either, so you can't come back here. Violate the injunction, you go back to jail.
Well, I would have to come back into my car.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. You're allowed a civil standby. You have to call law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
We'll meet you around the block somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You come here with us. We do a standby, keep the peace. You come grab your car and you can leave. After that, you're not allowed back at the house.
Nicole was taken into custody and booked into the Flagler County inmate facility, where she faced charges of aggravated assault and battery. Her bond was set at $7,000. Sheriff Staley later stated that Nicole ended up in this situation because she decided to take matters into her own hands, crossing a legal line simply because she didn't agree with what was happening.